From the deep, dark reaches of Star Trek Online comes Nikodas and Grebog with another episode of Fleet Action Report.
Hello, and welcome to Fleet Action Report, the show where we don't just play the game, but we teach you how to play the game. I'm a very scratchy-throated Nikodas.
I'm the real Grebog. Yeah, we'll say that. I'm still Grebog. And this is episode 127. Q gets a voice. Because we're covering Q's Winter Wonderland. We're gonna go into a little more detail. Last week we did like the rewards and such. This time we are going to cover some of the tricks and stuff on doing and how to get going with the Winter Wonderland. Thank you, Tabby, for the raid right at the start of this. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Let's see. Anything else besides me needing to mute my phone?
Just an update for everybody. My throat's going to sound really bad all night. I've been fighting COVID since last Thursday, but I'm here. I'm here, good to go. So let's make it happen.
Well, if you are struggling too much, you can always take off. I think, well, maybe they don't want to hear me.
I'll let you do the week in STO, and you can start us off with your week.
Okay, my week. Let's see. I've been playing a ton of World of Warcraft, and what I mean is I've probably been playing at least 3 hours a night. Which for me is a considerable chunk. I ran through every dungeon in Mythic. I got my guy up to, I think he is now at like 368 or 369. So hopefully I'm ready for raiding. That was my goal, was to get geared up, because tomorrow we raid. I guess I could stream the raid. I don't normally, because I tank, and normally it's just me and the tank partner going taunt. Hey, taunt. You awake over there? You know, it's not a super exciting conversation. Let's see. Outside of that, I then threw. I guess you could say I threw. Haunting, teasing, I'm not sure. Something at my players in my D&D game on Sunday that, well, if they wanted to do potentially bad things, I guess I gave them options to do such. Because they're tinkering with the Wand of Orcus, which, if people that don't know, the Wand of Orcus is a chaotic evil sentient item, and because it's sentient and magical, I was allowing it to talk at distance, because it doesn't say how far apart you can be, or for it to talk to you. So it was trying to cut a deal, so that way it wouldn't get locked up again, and the deal it was willing to supposedly do is it said to the player, I will help you control the undead swarm that is currently plaguing your area. I will help you control them. It did not say how. It did not. It was like, I know a ritual that will do this. Yeah, the ritual was to basically summon an Orcus, so Orcus could then do his thing, which is control undead. And that's where Nikodas got to come in and hear some of that.
Yeah, I'm glad the group did not go with that option.
Hey, well, I would have let the players, if you all would have gone that path. But the thing is, I was also, he sent a message to the person that was currently safeguarding the wand from bad people. When she sent a message asking if she should do this, his response was, "Oh, hell no!" And because he's a probably a minor deity, he may have locked it away even further, like in a anti-magic shell, because gotta stop all that crap. So yeah, the players could have caused chaos if they hadn't have made him aware that the plan was to cause chaos.
Again, I'm glad they did not go that route.
Yeah. So that was my week. Some D&D, some WoW. I have been doing my dailies in STO, farming up, doing even the duty officer stuff to get some more of the ornaments and such. So yeah. But that's my week. What's your week? How are you doing? I know we already kind of very briefly said,
Other than some congestion and the scratchy throat, I am doing okay. I'm more concerned. I have passed this on to 2 other members of my household, and I am more concerned about them right now. Our doctor is aware they're getting on meds starting tomorrow. So hopefully, everything continues to improve. That's taken up a great deal of time. I did manage to play WoW. I got the main storyline done. I have not ran any of the dungeons, so I am not anywhere near as geared as you are. But I'm having fun, and it's kind of nice. I haven't played WoW. According to all my stuff, I haven't logged into WoW in 2 years. So it's been a minute, and getting everything back on track has been kind of a fun challenge. But I haven't been able to put as much time into it as I would like, is what it is. I'm behind a day on my STO dailies. I missed a day. I'm going to end up missing another day if I go to work on Thursday. So I'm going to be behind, but I have plenty of time to get it done, so I'm not really concerned. But yeah, that's pretty much been it. Sick and what gaming I can get in.
Cool.
What about this week in STO?
So STO has made some changes. There are now new ways to donate to the fleet. Unfortunately, I can't show off some of it because some of it has to do with the duty officer system. Essentially, you can donate duty officers. Unfortunately, like none of our projects I think we have queued up here. Take duty officers. You can now donate higher quality duty officers. I highly recommend, do not just let it auto select the duty officers, because you may end up donating duty officers that you've been wanting, keeping, using for things. And yeah, now if let's say you've been using the bust down the green quality duty officer into a bunch of commons, like you turn the uncommon into the commons, well, now you don't have to do that. You can donate the uncommon. Well, you can even donate rares and very rares. The higher quality gives more points towards the duty officer completion. I think it's roughly like 100 points for a common, 300 points for uncommon, and it might be like 900 for rare. It scales up like that. So it works out well. And if, let's say, it only needed, let's say, 500 points and you donate something that was worth 900 points, 400 points of that goes into a coffer system that then can be put into the next projects. So it's not wasted. It is not lost. But again, I highly recommend any duty officers you do not want to donate, go through your duty officer roster and right click on the ones that you definitely want to keep and turn change protected on. You want to protect the ones that you want to keep. Otherwise, you may be tired one night and donate your duty officers you've been saving or using in certain builds, or yeah. So that is one of the new ways of doing donations. I like it because it saves time of having to bust down, downgrade an uncommon to common, I guess several commons to be donate. it takes us one of the steps out. Also, there is a note: you can instead donate dilithium in place of duty officers. So if you would rather just donate dilithium to just we're done, I'm just done with this, you can do that. You can definitely do that now. Any thoughts on? You have any thoughts on that, or you?
I'm a little confused. So what do you mean you could always donate dilithium?
No. Here, let me go to. I'll switch over to the KDF fleet because we have projects I can show people. It might be better that I show them this stuff anyway. So when you are in here, I'm loading in. So when you're in here in one of the holdings that takes duty officers, looks like we have. So I can't donate. It seems to be mainly the Starbase that lets you donate. Oh, they're all full. Normally you could do that, but if you notice up here, there is a coffer, and we have now some engineers, some medical and science, and some civil. Well, we don't have any civilian, but we have some extras in there. So that's what I'm talking about.
So you can just put them in the coffer?
Well, you can't. It's if you overfill. If you overfill, because there's no way to dump extras into the coffer. It's only when you overfill, like you donate a very rare and it only needed a common or two commons to fill out. The extra points would then go towards. It goes into the coffer, so it's not lost.
I gotcha. Interesting.
Yeah, as Tabby, and it's just the Starbase that apparently lets you do this. Unfortunately, I wish they would have put it through for like all of the holdings that take duty officers, because it would make it so much easier to finish out certain things. But anyway, it is a neat system.
Just don't give away duty officers you don't want to.
Oh yeah. The dilithium thing, you at the Starbase instead of duty officers. What I'm to be clear here, it is like Tabby's making sure I'm being clear here. You can donate dilithium instead of the duty officers.
Oh, that's gonna make it much easier.
Yeah. So you have the dilithium in the dilithium slot. Still, there's still the dilithium requirement going to be needed, but it essentially it gives another dilithium sink to make it, that. And it also means, let's say I have a small fleet, I just want to max out my Starbase. I could literally pay money. I can throw money at it and probably get most of the Starbase done by myself. Not that I'm going to do that. But, technically that is something that you could kind of do now. All right. Any more questions on it? Are we clear now? Everyone clear?
I'm good.
I was like, I'm also waiting for chat to like make sure that, yeah. All right. And we didn't cover this last week, though. I don't know that this was in last week, but the Kobayashi Maru transponder is now been nerfed. It shares a cooldown with the Nimbus Pirates device, the Delta Quadrant Assistance device, the Herc Swarm Summoner.
This thing right here.
Okay. Nerfed is depending upon how you look at it. It shares a cooldown with it. It didn't. What it does didn't change, but it now shares a cooldown with other devices. The Nimbus Pirate, the Delta Quadrant, the Herc Swarm. Those things are what it now shares a cooldown with. The reason most people are considering it a nerf is because it doesn't do damage, and they used to like to use both one of those, like the Nimbus or the Delta or the Herc Swarm, or one of those things to call in assistance, which they do damage, and
So,
they would use them at the same time.
ma'am, are you saying that they're going to roll this back and it's not going to share this cooldown anymore? I mean, he said it's not nerfed. They mentioned it's a bug. They know it's a mistake. So
yeah, well, they also said it was a bug that it wasn't on the same cooldown as the others before it got changed to sharing a cooldown.
Okay, so we don't know what they're going to do to it. All right, so there may be further changes coming, but right now it's sharing the cooldown. All right, fair enough.
And people are very unhappy because, like I was saying before, it starts setting an uneasy precedent. Things that they're putting into the MUDs market, they're going back and reducing its effectiveness. Now, I say reduce it, like it still does the same ability. It shares a cooldown though, which means it's no longer as useful as it was. Now, if it goes back to the way it was, then great. Otherwise, it's to me a nerf.
Well, we'll just wait and see what happens with that.
Yeah.
As you can see from our title and where I'm standing, Q's Winter Wonderland is going on again. This is started on the 6th, last until January 5th. In that time, you have to get 20 completions to get the reward, which is an escort type ship.
And a pretty good escort, too. So if you have been stepping away, doing other things, not getting your completions, now might be the time to come back. Even just come in and do a daily and log out. I mean, if that's all you have time for, I get holiday season, family stuff's going on, it is worth doing to get the ship. You have until January 5th to get your 20 completions in. So, yeah. And I called this Q Gets a Voice because if you haven't talked to Q yet, you'll find out.
All right, so
Q now talks to us when you open up interaction with him.
I suppose that you must.
Cones of Conduct is going on right now. That's over in the village, right?
Cones of Conduct.
Let's see.
So yes, that is with the Snowconian. That is up at the Gingerbread Village.
I'm gonna try to run over here real quick. Cats on ice. I'm sorry, you guys are probably going to hear me say that a lot today. Especially when we do the foot race, because the cat makes the foot race really easy.
For some people. I've seen some people go flying off the course. I won't name any names.
That.
Oh.
I don't know anything about that.
But, yeah, shooting the Snowconian doesn't, the Snowman Overlord doesn't do so well. It is best to gather up ice, gather up the candy, like melt the candy and get the syrup. Because you need to heal the Snowconian, which he is apparently stuck in the building. And then you have the health bar over here on the side, so you can just come up to deliver your syrup. On one side is a syrup-o-meter. That would be the side to put the syrup in. And the other side is a snowmometer. I think I would have called it something else. Hey, Pax. Hopefully you're doing well. But yeah, so you heal up the Snowconian. The Snowconian is the one that does all of the damage. Or should do all of the damage. The goal is to keep the Snowconian healed. You can take out all of the little snowmen. helping by taking out the snowman will get you more shaved ice. So there's that. I mean, you can shoot the snowman Overlord, but as you can see, when I do, I'm doing 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 6, 9, 2, 1. Basically nothing. But when I'm shooting the little snowman, I'm doing like 28,000, stuff like that. This does, okay, shooting the snowman, you do need to get one of the event weapons, which is like I am using hail.
That's what I'm using. The dual pistols.
I do have other weapons. I have also the caramel assault, and I also have avalanche.
I have the red Riker.
I have not bought that on this account. I bought it on my free-to-play account because he had enough stuff. I'm like, why not? Why not get his first weapon be the special new one? I still wish I really feel like they missed the mark on that, just a hair. Not to be a pun on, yeah, but I think they should have made it a kinetic weapon that works, or even if they had a second model that was something that we could use to fight snowmen, or well, have one that we fight snowmen, one we use that could work against regular enemies. I'm so okay. It's sort of a known issue. As you saw, I just went through a big lag thing. When you complete this, it is not uncommon for you to lag. And while the rewards are being handed out to every player that is here. I think it's just the way, like, the server is trying to handle, like, slamming everyone with their stuff. And because it's hitting, 15, 20 people, it lags the server a little bit until everyone gets their stuff.
That's new, though. It didn't used to do that. Fast and Flurrious.
So here's where you can get pies if you want to eat pie. There's a pie eating contest. You talk to that Breen over there to do the pie eating contest. If you get a special recipe, you can talk to Neelix. That's typically who needs to know about special recipes.
Where is our race? I can never find this thing.
Go to the Central Pavilion.
I found it. It's up here. The pie eating contest will not award you a daily completion. So if you are only coming here to do the daily and be done, don't go to the pie eating contest. If you want something extra to do just to get some more rewards, then do the pie eating contest.
There's two technical foot races. The Fast and Flurrious is the one that is up the hill. The other one is it doesn't have a special event because it is a one-person race. This is a multi-person race. Think very similar to the Ryza event with the surfboards power boards and all that. But as we're waiting here, one of the things that you can do, and I highly recommend you do, if you are looking to farm all of the fun and crazy things like the Vulcan meditation incense, the gratitude beads, and all that, all the ornaments, all the holiday items, if you're looking to farm those up, just come to the winter event. You can come in on all your ults. Look at the current map. Since I already have all of them queued up, you can do all these duty officer missions. They will award you all kinds of stuff that you can use for the currency in the event. So it is definitely a way to farm easily the ornaments and all the stuff that you need out here. So you could farm tons and tons of it. I know there are some people that's all they do. They log in once a day on all their alts out here, queue it up, and then they can buy all the stuff that they need by the time the winter event's over. And you could, there are some people that will farm up all that stuff and then save it until when the winter event is done, because you can sell, or buy off the exchange. You can buy and sell all the holiday ornaments and candles and stuff.
Yeah, you can do that too, and you can buy things off season.
Yeah.
So people will put it up on the exchange after the winter event, and prices will skyrocket. And
Yep.
But they'll enable people to go buy stuff.
Most of the stuff is typically in a box that you can buy. Make sure you look at it, because if it's not in a box and it says it becomes bound on pickup or something to that effect, then it's likely once you buy it, it's yours. So if it's in a box, like a lot of the cosmetic pieces come in boxes, those I'm 99.9% positive that you can then turn around and sell those. So
I thought the snowball fight did
what?
Give I'm sorry, I'm doing the race now. Pax said the snowball fight does not give the credit for the daily. I thought it did if you actually fought the boss at the end.
It gave me a warning saying that I have dropped the Fast and the Flurrious. But I still see it saying race next to me.
You got first. Get second. Ah! It's not letting me do it.
Not letting me do it either. I think I went off course too much as the cat.
I must have too. I'm not getting these to light up.
So if you want to, let's see the
That's
events.
Weird.
It has all of the stuff listed. Fastest game on ice, which is the running around the pond, ice fishing, tides of ice, the Fast and the Flurries. Yeah, the snowball fight is not listed in the thing.
Okay.
So when in doubt, check the event list. But yeah. Well, here. Oh, I can't do it until another 35 minutes. So this is where you would pick up the fastest game on ice. You can only do it once every 20 hours. It is what I've been using to get my daily credit, because then I don't have to wait to the end of like Kramp'lhri or Cones of Conduct or any of that. I run around the pond, get my daily. It used to be the only way to get your daily, but now you have all kinds of ways, which I'm glad they did that. Mem, you heard us both get disqualified, probably.
I guess, but I don't remember running off the course. That's weird.
It sometimes can be very touchy, which is why while the cats are fast, they also add a degree of difficulty, or yeah. But it always does 2 of the Fast and Flurrious races, one after the other. So,
and then it'll do my favorite.
And whenever you are curious on what is coming, you just have to look at this list, and it will, like, when you mouse over it, it will expand and show you everything that's coming up. And I think that even tells you a little. Yeah, it tells you a little bit about it, and though it doesn't say where. That would be nice if they put that in. I do have a handy dandy map that, let's see. I believe it's here. Yes. There you go. Handy dandy map of the area and what is where. As you can see, the Fast and the Flurrious, I had to draw two things because it kind of curves around and bends around. That is there on the left, almost top left, but not doesn't go all the way to the top. But it's basically due west of the pavilion here. The Snowconian is that yellow circle. Or cones of conduct is a yellow circle. That's the gingerbread village up in the upper right. Klingon Ice Fishing is out on that pond out there in the red circle, which is just east of the pavilion. And you can look, you can see the blue squiggle all the way around the pond with where you have the Klingon Ice Fishing. That is the foot race. Well, yeah, not the Fast and Flurrious. That is the fastest game on ice foot race that you do against an NPC. And then you have the the Tides of Ice. That is in the southwest corner. That you basically are fighting the snow-borg.
Yes, and their queen.
And their queen. Anyone need more than that to help them figure out where things are?
Maps are your friend. I guess.
I mean, we can be chilly, I guess. I'm not sure that I'm that cool.
Chilly Willy.
Whoa. Not going there.
I'm talking about the penguin.
Uh-huh. Here, I'm probably not going to do the cat because that knocked me out of the race. While the cat gives you speed.
I don't know what happened. I really don't.
There are certain parts of this track that is considered out of bounds, even though you didn't really go that far off the track. You barely scraped the side.
I wonder if I got it by jumping too high, like I jumped over a couple of the ice obstacles.
I don't know. I know I slid across one of the edges, and that's probably where it was. Pretty sure that's where I heard my thing. Even though it told me to race. I just want to finish.
I want to know how this one chick's running so fast.
Well, there are certain specializations that you can do to run faster. So now that we're in the final stretch, I just am looking to finish. Yay, I finished.
And now I'm a cat on ice.
I mean, they used to put all kinds of shows on ice back in the day.
Very true. Okay, so
do they still do that?
Yes, they do. Disney on Ice and whatnot.
Yeah.
They do.
So if you get, like, I just got some winter EPO tags, EPA, whatever. If you get those, there is a person that has a bunch of the little EPOs next to them. They do give you duty officer missions. They will then let you raise or let's see. I have I think a lot. What do I have in my inventory? I do have a lime. Oh,
Oh,
there.
I need to do that. I need to get those pets.
Yeah, so you can raise them. People do sell them on you know, and there are, as you can see, all kinds of different colors, flavors, and it's just a little non-combat pet that follows you around. They're kind of cute, so you know, if you're into pets, definitely something worth working on. I think the only way you get the tags though is the Fast and Flurrious race. That's the only way I've seemed to get them.
I forgot about some of the pets I've gotten over the years I've played this. I'll go back to my Caracol here.
Well, I have a. Once upon a time, they gave out. Well, I have a Saint Bernard pet. That might be from the winter event. I think there are a lot of non-combat pets that you can buy from the vendor here at the winter event. There is also.
There's
thought
cats.
There are some cats.
Dogs. For those who like Spot, you can get a cat that looks like Spot.
Like, okay, you can go up to the pavilion to look at the event store, but you can also look at the event store. But if you go into the journal, go to events, and then you just click on the event store. It is not as nicely organized in this version, though. I will warn you that. Because up at the event store, up at the pavilion, it has tabs. It has everything separated out from the stuff that is part of the, like, Winter Wonderland gear is its own tab, and yeah. But like, you can get a tortured elf pet, a Snowconian pet, a snowman pet, Saint Bernard pet, which a barrel of Warnog rescue targ, abominable snowman pet, festive candy fish, and a Kramp'lhri pet. So those are some of the pets. I don't see cats in this. Maybe the cats were another.
That might be summer. I thought they were this one, but who knows?
I thought they were too. There are so many pets. Here, as I'm just going to look at the.
There's the stuff I want. The new space set.
All right, so like there's caracals for Ryzian. A lot of them are caracal. Let's see.
Yay.
I know there's ways to get. Oh, Lobby store is where I saw the cats.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
There are some more pets in the Lobby store. They are not too pricey, if I remember correctly, though you would probably want to wait till a sale. Just to save yourself some Lobby, because otherwise, yeah. And when I say they're not too pricey, I think they're like 40 Lobby or something to that effect. I don't know if they're bound. I would have to double check that. Why am I? I'm just gonna throw my fish on the lake.
I got a critical. It like popped right up. Interesting.
I'm just gonna randomly turn and throw my fish. I mean, I don't know if it did the same thing for you on well, showed that on your screen, but I'm just throwing my fish on the ice. Apparently, I guess they needed to chill out some more.
We should get the worm here pretty soon.
But so yeah, you're just basically there are various things that, like, okay, here I have one of the very large fish, and I have to beat it into submission before I can drop it off. Oh, I guess it's a huge fish. And every fish you turn in gives you something.
Yeah, but the trick here is to keep moving. If you stand still, chances are your health will hit 0 and you will get frozen. If you keep moving and you avoid the patches of snow like that, you should be good.
You say that, and I see you get yeeted.
I did, but I didn't get frozen. I got thrown off, but not frozen.
Also, it is wise to not stand near other players, because whoever gets threat, he will the big worm will target and put one of the patches of cold on.
Oh, they went away.
All right.
You know, once upon a time, the ice skating was very rare out here. Now it seems like everybody's wearing a pair of this snow boots.
I mean, it does
Ice
make it
boots.
easier. Okay, so
Oh, you just got eaten.
we're probably not going to have time to hit every event.
We're going to miss tides. We can run over there and show off the area, but we're going to miss tides.
Well, I was going to kind of briefly... Kramp'lhri, he'll spawn in one of the circled areas, essentially, that I have had on my map. So either out here on the pond, which means he'll pretty much go anywhere. He can pick the Fast and the Flurrious, which means he'll essentially go from the start to the exit when he moves. I'm sorry about that. I'm buffing.
I see that. I don't think you can pass COVID through, the internet, but who knows?
Hopefully that mute button actually worked for them. I know you still heard me. But, so yeah. Kramp'lhri, he'll pick one of the areas. He can pick the Gingerbread Village. He can pick the Tides of Ice area. But yeah, he'll just pick one of them and go. After that, you have the snowball fight, which you see all the snowmen that are sitting around this central area. Well, I call it the central area, but there are snowmen, and you can kind of see one way off in the distance. There's one behind me. There, and yeah. It basically, they will become active once you kill, once the entire people on your shard or your server, because like you can switch instances and whatnot, but once your instance kills 100 of the snowmen, then the big boss will spawn on the lake and you have to fight him. And then you kill the big snowman there, and that's that. Normally it goes pretty quick. Yeah.
Which is weird because it's on a really long timer.
Yeah. It's got a super, let's see. Snowball fight is roughly, I think they give it like 15 minutes. It does not take 15 minutes. If you need to be out here close to the start of it if you're trying to do it, because otherwise you will miss it. It is one of the fastest ones because everyone comes and yeah. And killing 100 snowmen actually doesn't take that long.
No, and then you just sit around or switch instances.
And then like the Tides of Ice, we'll show you that area after we're done here.
Everybody else is getting these giant fish except me.
Are you jelly?
A little bit. No, not really. Actually, you can get more stuff without the giants because they take so much time to walk them over.
Yeah.
Same with the ones that you fight. They just take extra time.
All right. And we are getting close to another worm. So yeah, this basically just keeps repeating. Fill up the big offering bowl, and then you will get the big worm.
Yeah, and we
Kill
can
the
go ahead
worm,
and
fill up the
we can-
offering bowl. Yeah.
we can run over to the next area after this. We don't have to finish this out for the, last round or whatever. Oops. Here we go. I'm determined to get this thing's attention.
I've noticed. It seems to like you.
I see that.
Don't
There's
run
all
near
these
me.
turrets and firing at it. I am just doing a great big circle. All I'm really doing is using my secondary firing mode on cooldown. And that seems to deal enough damage to keep its attention. Okay. So we gonna abandon this and go look at the other thing?
Sure.
I gotta remember where it's at.
Okay, go back to the pavilion. It's easiest to just like go back to the pavilion. So the pavilion's right there. When you come down towards the single player foot race, which is where you start right here, the fastest game on ice. Then you have to go, you have this nice big sign up in the air, which is for the Tides of Ice. And this is the one where they repeatedly, and I mean repeatedly, you'll probably eventually get tired of hearing enemies are coming down all 3 lanes or whatever.
So
as you can or all 4 lanes.
Yeah, there's actually 4, and they're denoted by these colors. So there's blue, what is it? Blue lozenge, gold, red cube, and black sphere or black diamond.
Black diamond.
So gold sphere, red cube, black diamond. So if my recommendation on this one is to come to these bridges that are furthest out and set up your shop right here. Some people like to be down, so there will be an ice wall here. Some people prefer to be right in front of the ice wall. I prefer to be up top because this thing here is a weapon. And if it gets damaged, it will require repair. So if you sit up here and you're shooting down at the enemies and they manage to damage this thing, you can repair it without having to move around a whole lot. You can also set up your turrets wherever you want, but the goal is really to prevent this snow-borg from getting down here to the bottom. So if everybody sets up on that first layer of bridges and you have like 2 or 3 people per bridge, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
I
And
have seen a lot of groups that will just gather down here and let all the enemies get down here and try to take them out, but that gets really, really chaotic.
And you do also have those weapons that are up on bridges above us here on the platform above. They too can get damaged. So sometimes if no one is standing up here and you're doing a group that is doing we're going to do the last line of defense setup, you might want to have someone, you might want to come up here if no one else is, just to make sure that you can keep reactivating these weapons. So that way they can help. Yeah, this is the Tides of Ice.
Sorry, I did not hit mute fast enough.
Anyone
Okay.
have questions? Want to learn things? So, okay, let's go to the vendor and show. I think we should recommend a couple weapons to start with.
Sure.
So when here, I'm just gonna turn into a cat and run again.
I did.
So if there is a tailor here, so if you buy the cosmetic stuff and you want to put it on right away, you can do that. But here you have the vendor. Like I said, it is much better organized than what you would see in the journal system. So you have the buyout. So see here, all those fragments, they don't do anything other than you can turn the fragments in for an ornament fragment exchange. And I kind of wish you could just click how many. Can I click how many? No. Because you'll get you get fragments over and over again. But they have it broken down with costumes. All the costumes can be sold on the exchange. I am 99% sure on that one. They don't bind. They're in a box. But you want the Wonderland gear is where you get all of the stuff to work out here. So do the Klingon Ice Fishing. You'll need a gauntlet. I don't think there's any difference now anymore between the different qualities. So I don't know that you need one. It used to matter based on quality, on how fast you were able to punch the ice repeatedly. So the more rare quality would be, you could punch it as fast as possible. The common one that you get that's out by the pond was slow. Now
I don't know. I don't know if there's some people say that it has to do with the fish that you get, like what size fish, but
I don't think that's accurate.
I haven't really noticed anything. So as far as the weapons go, really any of them are usable. They're supposed to have all equivalent damage per second, roughly, supposedly. And I have not bought all of them. I have a handful of them across several different characters. But my personal favorite is Hail.
That is a popular one amongst many people. Avalanche is another one that a lot of people like. I think Flurry is another one people like. Yeah.
I have Flurry on one of my characters. I have the Caramel Assault on one of my characters as well. I avoid the melee, like Vine, the Swordfish, the Candy Cane Batleth. I mean, if you're just going to go around, you might as well use something with a little bit of range and AoE. The Red Riker, the new one, is not terrible. It's got a much longer range than most of the others. So, again, take that as you will.
And then, okay, you'll notice once you get further down, there starts to be some interesting devices, I guess would be, I think. So, and it will say epic ground device. Like here is snowball mortar. And you've seen some of those put down where it has 2 tanks of snowballs and it is lobbing snowballs in. Same with explosive gumdrops. This is kind of like the engineer's mines. You put down like these gumdrops, and then when one of the enemies walks over it, it blows up. There's also there's a snowball turret. Another one that's more of a close range. The mortar I think is kind of like a quantum mortar style. But with snowballs. There's also like the shaved ice turret, which is a turret that does a cone of stuff. All those are good. I see a lot of the snowball turrets. Yeah. I also have like the gingerbread defense squad. I like them. I don't know that they're effective, but they're funny. In my opinion.
I have them. I use those guys. They're fun. And then I have one of the flurries. I don't remember which one I ended up with. Shaved ice, maybe the gateway. It's like the sunbeam thing that you get with the Iconians. It opens this portal and a beam of I don't know, shaved ice, I guess. It's really colorful though. Will shoot the enemy, so that's fun too.
Yeah. So. Oh hey, there goes Kramp'lhri in his side form. But yeah, I would just get one of the weapons. That's all you really need. And then you don't have to worry about picking up the snowballs. And then you can complete the event. Eventually, down the road, once you get the other stuff that you want, I would say pick up like a snowball mortar or some of the other stuff that you know, and just play with it. See what you like.
So real quick, I know we're past time, but real quick, there's a couple things here I want to point out. Under ground equipment, there is a ground set in here. Now, this is usable outside of the Winter Wonderland. It's actually what I'm using on this character. This is all cold-based, and once you get all 4 pieces, the weapon basically has 100% uptime. It just never stops shooting. It's actually really cool. And I don't know how... Yeah, the Breen set.
Yeah.
Okay,
well, here they have this broken down really well in this menu system. The stuff usable at the Wonderland is in the Wonderland gear section. If it's in the ground equipment, space equipment, that is used outside, doing like regular ground stuff and regular space stuff.
And then this year they added a Breen space set. And that's right here in space equipment. And I don't know how good this is. I haven't picked it up yet. I still have a lot of grinding to do before I can get the set. But it looks cool. And this Omni Beam does not count against your limit. So it's another Omni Beam you can use.
They're saying that is a potentially a bug, and that may be changed here in the near future.
Okay.
It will, from my understanding, it will eventually should count as one of the set Omni. So, if you don't know, you can only have 2 Omni, like, let's say Omni phaser beams. One has to be from a set, and then one can be crafted or dropped from a drop or something like a stand. Basically, you have a standard one that can be, you know, whether you get it from crafting, drops, exchange, however you get it. But the other, you know, you can then have only one from a set. So that is, from my understanding, going to get changed. Well, yes, it is not technically possible now, or it is possible to use it with the others. Don't expect that to stick.
All right, so Thursday, unless I'm still sick with COVID, I will not be here. So you guys are on your own for that. And then Monday, same thing. I'm supposed to work this coming Monday. So next week, I won't be here. The plan is to run some TFOs, the Swarm, Battle of Procyon 5, and Gravity Kills. Good luck with that.
Yes, I know Gravity Kills is one that no one likes. I know there are some people that don't like the Battle of Procyon 5. honestly don't mind the Battle of Procyon 5, but I figured we'd go into what that is, what they, and we will probably have it'll either be solo or I will have a guest with me or maybe multiple guests. Because since we are working on TFOs, talking about what to do in the TFOs, I will likely, if you are available, I could probably get, let's say, 4 of you, and we can run. No, we're not doing the Battle of Omicron per CI 8. But yeah.
All right.
So-
Well, that's gonna be it for me. You got anything?
I hope
We
you
talked
get to
about the
feeling
fleet
better.
already.
Yeah, we talked about the fleet. The fleet's doing well. The fleet is moving right along. Colony, we are pushing the renewable energy tier quite quickly here at the end of the year. We're at 232K out of the 250. We need 18 more of these projects to complete, and we will then have we'll have tier 5 of that, which then will let us do a tier 5 for the big colony tier 5 project. So we're closing in. It's cool to see. So that it will also unlock the Elite Space Tactical Consoles. What that means, if you're building tanks, a tanking ship, these are some of the consoles that people love using on tank builds. So we will hopefully soon have those. KDF Fleet, I know we briefly talked about some of that. They have the Starbase Tier 2 project queued up right now. It's going to take a lot of effort, a lot of stuff, but we will have a Tier 2 Starbase very soon. And we're closing in on the completion for the dilithium mine, which is also awesome. Thank you, Fleet, for helping with all that.
All right, guys. Well,
yeah.
as always, I'm gonna leave everybody with the words of Q. See you out there.
Live long and prosper, everybody.